Today we celebrate the City of Richmond Proclamation of December as the Christian Faith Month. December is especially meaningful as we reflect on the birth of Christ and his sacrifice for us. As CCM posted for today, I think it was right here. It says in Matthew 25:40, it says, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." It's a very powerful message that every act of giving, no matter how small, it's very meaningful.
No one should have to go hungry this Christmas, which is why there are so many efforts out there, including the CCM Center and the Richmond Christian Faith Month Initiative, which is serving up warm meals throughout the city to share with those in need. Thank you to the wonderful volunteers at the CCM Center, Richmond Christian Faith Month Initiative, for genuinely providing Christmas dinner to local organizations such as the Salvation Army, Pathways Clubhouse, and so many others.
Good morning. Greetings to you from Canadian Chinese School of Theology, Vancouver. My name is Joyce. I'd like to tell you a little Christmas story today. I don't know what is your favorite part of Christmas. Is it Christmas tree? Is it the Christmas lights? Or a hearty turkey dinner? Or maybe you're already looking at your phone on Boxing Day style. Or maybe Santa Claus for many children. Today I'd like to share the story of the first Santa Claus with you. His name is St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas didn't live in the North Pole, nor did he ride in a reindeer-drawn sleigh. He was born in the 3rd century modern-day Turkey. St. Nicholas lost his parents at a young age. Along with that loss came a large inheritance. Now think about it. In the days where there was no RESP or RRSP, what are you going to do with that inheritance? At least you probably need to save some for your retirement, for your education. But instead of using it for his own comfort, St. Nicholas decided to give it all away. One of the most famous stories tells us how he saved 3 impoverished sisters from the fate of slavery or prostitution. According to legend, St. Nicholas secretly threw gold down the chimney for the dowry of these 3 girls, which happened to land in stockings the sisters had hung up to dry. And that's how the tradition of stockings and Santa's gifts was began. But why would someone with so much wealth give it all away instead of enjoying it for themselves? For Christians, the answer is simple and straightforward. We love because God first loved us. We give because we first receive. And in Christmas, we receive the gift of salvation through Jesus Christ. St. Nicholas' act of kindness was an expression of love that he experienced through Jesus Christ our Lord, the ultimate reason why we celebrate Christmas. Christmas is a season of hope, a season of love, a season of joy, all rooted in God's unconditional and self-giving love. This Christmas, let us recapture the spirit of St. Nicholas, the first Santa Claus. Let's extend the act of kindness to our neighbors. Let's bring hope and joy to the needy. Let's live out the true Christmas spirit by extending God's love to our community and to our neighbors. Thank you.
For the Chinese Christian mission, Christmas is a time to celebrate the birth of Christ, a reminder of God's boundless love and grace. Yet through their incredible generosity, they demonstrate these values by extending love, compassion, and care to others in a tangible and meaningful way. Their actions beautifully reflect the spirit of the season, loving one's neighbor, serving those in need, and uplifting the community. Chinese Christian mission reminds us of the power of generosity and the profound impact it has on those it touches. So on behalf of all of our organizations and the individuals in Richmond who will be receiving this wonderful gift, we offer our heartfelt thanks. Your kindness is a blessing that inspires us all.
Dear friends and dear brothers and sisters, I reached the age that I have to change my glass every now and then. Thank you for your invitation and thank you for your participation. I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and at that time, Hong Kong was a British colony, a city where the East meets the West. When growing up in the 50s and 60s in Hong Kong, We receive education in schools supported by different Christian denominations, and hospitals were run by missionaries and priests. The social welfare system also followed the British model, rooted in the Christian spirit. Needless to say, Christmas time, we had the privilege to appreciate the masterpiece of Da Vinci's Last Supper, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, and Handel's Messiah. Christian faith have been intertwined with the history and cultural heritage of the Western society. Christian faith has also been the most powerful force in humanizing labor laws, in abolishing slavery, in promoting sexual equality, human rights, in charity work, and in philanthropy. Christianity has shaped social values and moral standards of the Western civilization. However, in less than half a century ago, the glory of Christianity has vanished and has been in steady decline. The church is no longer in the forefront, and its presence is less visible. It's customary to blame on secularism, materialism, and anti-religion trends for the fall of Christian faith in modern society. On the other hand, we have to admit that Christians are divided on many issues: doctrinal, ethical, political, and cultural. Outsiders see in churches institutional breakdown, indigenous people being mistreated, toleration of sexual abuse, and church catering for the middle class. Churches are marginalized and often regarded as narrow-minded and hypocritical. Having said that, it's quite heavy today. Is there anything for us to celebrate Christian faith? This is indeed a wake-up call for self-reflection, an opportunity for awakening, and a time for review of the very foundation and root of Christianity. As disciples of Christian faith, we are reminded of God's great commission and great commandment. We are commissioned to bear witness for Christ and to be Christ's ambassadors in the ministry of reconciliation in this broken world. And we have been also commanded by the Lord to love your neighbors as yourselves. The way we love our neighbors, the foreigners, the poor, the homeless, the fatherless, and the widow, is a response to God's love. We are taught to act justly and love mercy, to defend the oppressed, to remember those who are mistreated, and to be the voice for those who cannot speak out for themselves. As in the prayer of peace by St. Francis of Assisi, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. And today we are gathered here to pledge our commitment to our Christian faith, to embrace justice, mercy, and care, not just in words, but in our daily action. We are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus, the salt and light of the community. Let us celebrate this Christmas by offering Richmond, the City of Richmond, and citizens of Richmond the gift of peace, love, and joy. Thank you.